We are glad and honored to have you here, Göran.
Thank you. It's an honor for me too.
Well, yeah. If you allow me, I'd like to ask you some questions.
Yes, you're welcome. I will try to answer as
small as individual I could do. So the first one is, how do you perceive the efficiency of functional integration? How does it work, and what does it depend on?
Well, I can only speak for how I received it, and I think it depends on mostly about communication between the practitioner and the client or the student. And the efficiency, of course, it depends on how well you can communicate and how well trained the practitioner are. Because Feldenkrais and the FI, it's really how do you say it in English? It's a skill, like a painter. The more you do it, the better you are on it. You have to have a ground in the education, but then you have to do it a lot.
Yeah, I see. So that's the source of the skill. But do you find any kind of source of this kind of power? I don't know how to say it. Because people perceive it as miracle when it works.
Yeah, I know. I remember the first time I saw an individual lesson, and it was a woman with a big scoliosis, and she was lying on a table for 40 minutes, and when she was standing up, no one could see that she had a scoliosis, and everyone in the room said, what happened?
So exactly, what's the source of that? How do you think?
Yeah, and I think it's the skill of the practitioner, that this practitioner can sense when I move someone, I can feel now there's small resistance. Then I let go a little bit, and I sort of do it again with a little less pressure, or pressure in a different direction. So in some way, it's like my nervous system. I can connect my nervous system to the client's nervous system, and it's so difficult to even explain it. Even if I have done it for 25 years, but still
it's not magic anyway, right?
It isn't magic. It's absolutely not magic. It's a matter of connect two brains to each other so they can communicate in a way. And we do it through our hands, through the person's skeleton, muscles, and so on. And if I do it in a good way, the brain gets what I want to tell them.
So that's really the widest possible definition of communication.
Yeah, I think so. And it looks like massage or chiropractic or something, but actually it's communication. And you can do, sometimes you don't even touch, you can do it by words sometimes.
Oh yeah. Vocally.
Okay. And that's the other part of the method that we will talk about later.
Yes, I'm going to mention that because this is the next question coming.
I don't know if it's, I hope someone, maybe sometimes when I try to answer questions like this, people get even more confused.
That means they learn.
Probably,
well, again, I'd like to ask you the question 1A then. What's this? How do you use this kind of confusion? What do you? Is it useful?
I think at a certain level, the confusion is good, because I think confusion is a sign that something is happening.
Yeah.
And maybe it's like, I don't know. I'm not a brain's research or something like that, but maybe it could be that there are new connections between the neurons in the head. But if it's too much, like everything else, if you eat too much, you're not very well. If you eat too little, so it's always to find a balance. And that's also a skill you have to have by giving maybe thousands individual lessons. Then by the way, you build up a skill, and then you can feel, now it's enough.
I see.
Now you need a little bit more.
I see
and that takes time.
Okay. That's a great answer, I think.